so this will be vector u. It's going to go okay, and that's 14. This we'll call uy. This we'll call ux. Okay, and then the same thing over here. We'll do south 18 degrees east. B, which is 21. Yeah, exactly. Every time. Because there's one, okay. Good question. Oh, excellent question. Okay, so for those people here that just are a little fuzzy on what's going on here, okay? The question was, does every vector have its own triangle? Yes. Okay, there is one question on the assignment, we're trying to get in a few minutes being an hour, like there's a question involving my daughter pushing a ball in 5 different directions. Okay, so there will be 5 triangles you have to do together. All right, so you might say, wow, that sounds awful. It's not, once you know how to do this, it's not awful, right? Okay, can I get somebody to quickly go through the first triangle here, how we find ux and uy? There we go. SOHCAHTOA, good. So ux is going to equal?
That's sine 30.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that sine 30, I'll just do it in longhand here. Ux over 14. So magnitude of ux equals 14 times sine 30. Sine 30 is 7 1/2, right? So we're going to say that ux equals 7 kilometers per hour west.
No, it's no, never mind.
Really?
Wrong
You tried to shake me there, it didn't work. Okay, is everyone okay on where that came from before I continue? Okay, so we tried to find this one first, 30 degrees opposite over hypotenuse. We put west in here because you're going west on the first triangle. I see some blank looks, I see most people nodding, I see most people working, trying to get the resultant.
Doesn't matter which way the triangle points.
Yeah, because it has to go, because we're going west here, right? Now you could have, no, the only thing is you could have done like this. You could have done like this one first and that one if you wanted to. Right, but it's got to, because you're going west, it has to go in that direction. Okay, Tanner, since you're going to be gone on Monday, can you solve for uy for me, please?
Cos 30 equals uy over 7.
Very good.
6.06.
6.06, thank you. Over 14, right? Over 14. So uy equals 14. You said 6.06? You said 6.06?
I know it's wrong.
Oh, try again.
12.12.
All right, 12.1, thank you. Okay, oops, sorry. Okay. So what we've done is here, let's just talk through why we did this, okay? So what we did is we broke it into components. We've broken into how much are going east, how much are going south, or how much are going west, how much are going south. In order to add that to this one, what we're going to do is we're going to find out how much this is going west, then add the east-west components together, find out how much is going south, add this north-south components together, and then make a triangle and do the resultant, okay? Now you might say, Mr. Sadler, trig is easier, using cosine law is easier for 2 vectors, and you may be right. Okay, I'd probably use cosine law for 2 vectors, but if you get to any more, this is tremendously easier, okay? And especially to our word problems, you have to do it in this method. Can I continue with the second angle? We're good? Okay, I'm going to hopefully put a line down the middle, and hopefully I can squeeze it in here. Just going to do a little bit faster if that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to say Vx, so I sine Oops, I should put the angle in here, that was 18. Sine 18 equals Vx over 21. Magnitude of Vx equals 21 times sine 18. Alistair, do you want to pick on you? Do you have what that answer is, please? Would you like 6.5, we'll call it then? Kilometers per hour, and that is east. Then we'll say cos 18 equals Vy over 21. Vy equals 21 times cos 18. Who have I not picked on yet? Jason, did you get what this one was by chance? 20.0? Okay. Are we all sort of feeling okay with those first two? I hope so, because that was back in grade 10. Not to put you guys down. I'm sure you all did excellent grade 10. Okay? We're okay on the first main things? Okay, so next we're going to make a big triangle. Okay, so I'm going to say I'm going to make a big triangle, which I'm going to call R. R stands for resultant. I'm going to call it U plus V. I'm going to say my x value for R is going to be Ux plus Vx. So you see what I did there? In order to get the x value of, oh sorry, go ahead, Tom.
For the Vx, why is it east?
Oh, because, good question, because for this one, we went south 18 degrees east for the second one.
Right.
So for the first one, so this should be west for the first one.
So wouldn't Vx be going?
Yeah, the x is going this way, which is east.
Oh, I drew it the other way.
Okay, you know what I'm saying, though, right? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gotta go, it's gotta
I
go
went
east.
opposite.
Okay, yeah, so just be careful
Yeah.
about that. Okay, so whoops, where we go here? Okay, so Rx is gonna be Ux plus Vx. So I'm gonna say Rx is gonna equal 7 kilometers per hour west plus 6.5 kilometers per hour east. Okay, if I'm running or rowing, let's use back to grade 11. If I'm rowing 7 kilometers an hour west and there is a river flowing at 6.5 kilometers an hour east, how fast am I going? Very good. And we're getting into all those word problems tomorrow. So everyone see how we did that, hopefully? Jeff, hold your beard.
Well, I haven't been growing it straight, so it's not. Got a cream in there.
Ry equals the same thing. We're going to say Uy plus Vy, which equals 12.1 kilometers per hour south plus 20.0 kilometers per hour south. Okay? Yeah, don't make a mistake. You think what? Okay, so we're okay on the logic here. We take the two different components, you add the x's together, you add the y's together, and then I'll make my big triangle. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to go down like this.
Do you
Yes.
have to draw a big triangle?
Yeah. I'm going to say yes. Okay, Bailey? I know you don't, I'm going to say yes, Bailey, because this is like the level 1 question. Okay, when we actually get to word problems, yes, you do have to draw triangles.
A big triangle.
It doesn't have to be big, it can be this big on your page, okay?
No, like a big
Yes. Because this is like level 1 question, right? This is just making sure everyone understands things. So that's Ry, here's going to be Rx, which is 0.5.
Does that go in the east?
Oh my goodness, guys, good thing you're here. This could have been a whole disaster. And I'm glad you told me that right now rather than an an hour from now. Oh, no. Sugar beets. Okay, so Bailey says you need to draw a triangle. I'm gonna say yes, it just makes it a lot easier, because we also need heading here, okay, right? So you're gonna need here the magnitude, you're also gonna need the direction, which is gonna be that theta right there, okay? Okay, what's the easiest way to solve for the magnitude of R? Sorry, that was shutting down there. Yeah, go ahead. Pythagorean theorem sounds good to me. So I'm gonna say that the magnitude of R squared equals 0.5 squared plus 32.1 squared. What do we get for an answer? Anybody? Anybody?
32.2.
32.2? 30.1?
The other, side length for our Y or whatever.
Yeah.
Is like 32.0965.
Oh, okay, so this one's a little bit bigger. A little smidge bigger.
If you keep all the decimal places.
Now we're good. Okay, let's finish up here then. Oh, so then let's do, to get theta, how do we get theta? I'm gonna ignore that R for that, how do we get what theta is gonna be? It should clearly be very small. If you have 0.5 next to 31, it's gonna be almost 0. I'm gonna definitely use tan, I'm gonna say tan theta equals 0.5 over 32.1. Dale, did you get an angle for that, please?
0.9 degrees.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so therefore, U plus V equals 32.1 kilometers south, 0.9 degrees west. Now, once you practice these, Alistair, this can be really, really fast. Like, there's no hard math here. It's also control, it's all grade 10. Right? This, once you do a few of them, is very, very quick. Okay? On your, sorry, go ahead.
I didn't really use it.
Oh, because there's well, you're going, like, there's a diagram. You're adding this and this, right? So your resultant is going this way. So because it's going, pointing down in this direction, you always go for where it starts. Okay, so that's how it's going to be. All right, let's get on to a how shall we go? This is perfect. Let's do a little bit of a word problem. Example 3. Let's say, actually, this one says a snowboarder. I say Bailey. Let's use Bailey. Bailey the snowboarder. Wants to head straight north. If there is an avalanche,
Yeah, I was just trying to.
traveling at 10 kilometers per hour, which is slow avalanche. East 5 degrees south, and Bailey travels 30 kilometers per hour. At what heading? Must Bailey aim? I'll get
whatever the way seemed really cut down.
I'll try and talk you through this. So Bailey is gliding down a mountain. There's an avalanche, okay? She wants to head in this direction. The avalanche is pushing her in a different direction. What I'm saying is, so she'll have to tilt her board in a different direction so that she can still go north. Does that make sense? Right? She's being pushed in one direction. She has to sort of tilt herself in another direction, so she'll end up going north. Now, the first thing we have to do is a diagram. Let's actually, please read the line. I'm just too excited to say that's the word problem. I'm talking too quickly. Okay? What's my result going to be? You guys still writing? I'm sorry, I'm too excited. How do I hit pause in the video? And we can, you guys can write that down because that's 15 minutes.